Okay, so Vic Fangio's quick story on Zack Baun is a must-hear. Meanwhile, the Eagles add another weapon to the offense. Plus, the most recent top 30 visit spent 2 days in Philly. What could that mean? So much to break down, including what the Texans did that could cause a problem between Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell when contract negotiations start. And Brandon Graham leaves the door open for a return while also passing the torch to who? What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you rock with our Philadelphia Eagles, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So as we inch closer to the NFL draft, it is still fun to go back and reminisce on the Super Bowl season, and this picture says a lot about how we got to the Super Bowl. Commanders' first drive, 18 plays, 54 yards, 7 minutes and 3 seconds, and it ended in a field goal. Compared to the Eagles, 1 play, 60 yards, and 18 seconds, ending in a touchdown. That's the short version to describe 55-23. As for some news after the Super Bowl that we got to see behind the scenes footage on,
My man!
It's gonna be good for the camera. It's gonna be good for the
Oh, I told you.
Yeah,
I told you.
you can clearly see the excitement Howie Roseman has. You think Zack Baun was good in year 1? Wait to year 2, especially how Fangio found out he could be this caliber linebacker.
You know, Howie had a vision for him as being an edge player for us and being a good special teams player. And I watched him just a couple times during their games. He would, if they got the tight end off and motioned him across, he would back off and look like an inside linebacker, a stack linebacker. And it only happened about 5 or 6 times. And the way he was moving when he got back there, it's just, and I can't explain it. It's just, you know, you've watched 40 years of NFL film and coaching linebackers. I said, man, I think this guy could be an inside linebacker.
And of course, Fangio was right. Not just right that he could play linebacker, that he could be the best linebacker in the NFL, which is why he was first-team All-Pro and the only linebacker to be a candidate as the Defensive Player of the Year. Moving on to this huge draft update simply because how it was worded. Ian Rappaport tweeted, Texas A&M edge rusher Nick Scorton is visiting the Eagles tonight and tomorrow, sources say. With this tweet coming last night, he means yesterday night and today. The fact that he stayed in Philly overnight could mean a couple things. So the visit will just take place the next day, or the Eagles liked him that much and they wanted to spend more time with him. Regardless, we already got the reports that he was going to visit, but the fact that it's happening now and it's 2 days make me think differently. He also got a picture with BG in the facility, and boy oh boy, does he make Brandon Graham look small. NFL Draft Files put this video out. Nick Scorton is a well-rounded edge prospect. He's 6'4", 285, yet moves incredibly well and is known for his signature spin move. He's also one of the better run defenders in this class. 78 pressures and 12 sacks in the last 2 seasons at Purdue and Texas A&M. A lot of people think it would be a reach drafting him at 32. I've heard a lot of Eagle fans say they would be okay if the Eagles moved back 10 to 12 spaces in the second round, got some compensation, and then drafted him simply because there's upside. He didn't show much production at Texas A&M. Nobody on the D-line did. However, he was a game changer at Purdue, and the kid is only 20 years old. How many 20-year-olds are coming out the draft? So there's untapped potential if you get him with a good D-line coach, a good DC, and some good defensive D-line players. So it'll be hard for me to get mad at this pick if Fangio likes him. Look at this tape right here. He's going to win with the spin move and get the sack. These are all in the same game. Sometimes the production not there, but he affects the play. Here, he's going to win his rep and get a pass deflection. This one, you're just going to see the power. He's going to push the tackle 59 into the quarterback, making the ball come out quick. Same thing here. He pushes the tackle into the quarterback, making an incomplete pass. So the tape shows how he can affect the game. He's 20 years old. He had better tape at Purdue. And if Fangio thinks he can get that out of him, who am I to say no? we all didn't know who Jalix Hunt was. And look what he turned into. So again, I understand people think he's a second-round pick, should be taken around 40 to 47, but we just got to wait and see. But I do think the Eagles like this kid. Moving on to a subject I low-key am worried about, not so much for the 2025 season, but going forward as it pertains to Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. After what the Texans did early this offseason and just today, Zack Baun tweeted a couple minutes ago, the Texans made Derek Stingley Jr. the highest paid cornerback in the NFL at 3 years, $90 million. And today they just made Jalen Petrie the highest paid nickel at 3 years, $39 million. Now you may be thinking, how does this affect the Eagles and our two young corners? Simply because Quinyon Mitchell will play the rest of his career on the outside, and if he continues this path, will get paid some legit money. As for Cooper DeJean, who played outside cornerback, but also moved around at Iowa, came into the league believing he could be an outside guy, and I think the Eagles did as well. But with him playing in the slot year one after missing training camp and flourishing the way he did in Fangio's scheme, it would be criminal not to keep him there to benefit the Eagles. And I do think it's not going to affect the 2025 season because he's still young, still on a rookie deal, and he's probably going to do what's best for the team and to just learn more as a corner in the NFL, especially with Fangio being the DC. But as we get closer to contract talks, the highest paid outside guy to the highest paid inside guy is $51 million difference. It's easy for us Eagle fans to tell him, forget the difference between outside and inside pay. But for the guy leaving the money on the table, it's a different story. Just to reiterate, nobody knows what Cooper DeJean is thinking. Maybe after a couple years in the slot, he's like, you know what? I might be able to play outside, but I don't want to chance it and ruin my stock. I am the best slot corner in the game, and this is where I'm going to be, and this is where I'm going to get my contract from. Also, with the league still trending as a passing league, but not forgetting about the running back after the 2024 season, you're going to need your nickel cornerback to cover and tackle. So who's to say Howie Roseman ain't the first one to close the gap from outside corner to nickel corner? You don't know. The cap is going to go up tremendously over the next couple years when contract talks with our rookies will be happening. So maybe Howie just closes the gap, but it's interesting to say today the difference between the highest paid nickel to the highest paid outside is a lot of money. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section on that topic, whether they're good, bad, ugly, or even sad. Let's switch gears to the offensive side, where the Eagles did just add a new weapon, and I know it's not earth-shattering. As I went live for it yesterday, some people liked it. Some people said, really, bro? He's just a camp body. And maybe so. However, new wide receiver Terrence Marshall Jr., who is 6'2", 201, he did run a 4.4. He's known for the vertical ball, but these are some of the highlights he had in Carolina. Again, he played for the Raiders, the Panthers, two horrible organizations, but the kid is 24 years old. I and the Eagles liked him coming out of LSU. He sat behind Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, a former second-round pick, 59th overall. He got to stay healthy, make the roster, and compete for wide receiver 4 or 5 now and try to work his way to another contract and maybe take Jahan Dotson's spot once he leaves in 2026. Again, it's only a one-year deal. What could go wrong if he's not good in training camp, gets hurt, or just keeps dropping footballs? We cut him. But if he does show the upside he had at LSU, then it's good for the Eagles. And his best year, which was his sophomore year in Carolina, he did have 28 catches for 490 yards, which is decent for a wide receiver 3, especially in the Eagles system. Moving on to Brandon Graham's biggest question, who's going to take over on a defensive line? However, I think he's talking about the edge rushers. Listen to what they all say about my guy, Nolan Smith.
I love that, man. You right, because I am going because that's my biggest question. Like, man, who going to step up in a big way this year? I mean, I know Nolan. I already be talking with him. We always, converse because, I mean, we both rehabbing our tricep and, seeing him, I know that I'm like, man, it went from not even my room because I wanted Sweaty to feel not the pressure. I want him to be able to voice his opinion, be out there, man. It's your room, man. Like, I'm just here. Yeah, I'm the vet, but if you need me, I'm here. But we listening to you. We seeing you every day because you the starter. This your team. And now I'm Nolan. It's like, man, you the one. You the one now. When the guys come
He
in.
stepped up too, man.
He did, man. I'm proud of him.
A lot of strides, man. He gave me fits in the game.
It was interesting because the play in the run was always the knock. It's like he's lighter, and how's he going to do it? And man, he would cut pulling tackles trying to kick him out.
He's got heavy hands, man. He's setting the edge.
Oh, he got heavy hand. And I mean, no gloves, too. Like, that's the thing, man. I got much respect.
A lot of people compare Nolan Smith to BG as the energy guy, all-field hype man, but what he did in the playoffs and throughout this season shows the trajectory is exactly what I said it would be. Over 6.5 sacks in a season, 4 sacks on the playoff run. I'm expecting close or double digits this year, especially if we add some more tools to the defensive line, and people got to focus on Jalen Carter and a possible other top-notch edge. The rotation is young, fresh, and hungry, and it starts with Nolan Smith, who some Eagle fans almost gave up on just from the rookie season and the preseason. I told y'all hang in there. Some people hung in with me. Some people tried to flame me, but we are here now, and I think he's earned a lot of people's respect. Lastly, Kay Adams asked Brandon Graham.
Yeah. How retired are you?
I'm 90% retired. I'm 90%.
I love that. That's my favorite answer. God, you have given me such gold over the years, and that is the best answer. You're 90%. Okay.
She then asked him, what's the 10%? And he said, well, I'm going to continue working out like I'm playing football for a couple reasons. To stay healthy, to be good for my kids. When I go on TV, I want to look good, but you just never know. I mean, I just want to be in football shape. Simple as that. And then she said this.
But all I heard was, you're not fully.
I know.
I heard the door is not cement, boat lock, master lock shut. I heard you're going to stay in shape, which you're going to stay in shape because in January, you might get we got to go face Mahomes. You told me you wanted to sack and you didn't get your paws on in the Super Bowl. And I feel like you'd answer that call. Am I right?
And you know what? We ain't there yet, but if it happens, we can say you said it first.
So you're telling me there's a chance. Most likely he stays retired, but he keeps hitting little things like that. We'll see what happens if there's a scenario in which we could use him. But I will love him to join the coaching staff. BG needs to be a part of the Eagles organization. With all that being said, do your boy a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that notification bell is hit so you know when we go live, drop videos, all this good stuff. Got a lot of giveaways coming up, more live streams, and of course, leave a comment. I absolutely love hearing from you. Muscle up. Love y'all to death. We out.